Welcome to our show. Leaders are readers. Let me just repeat that. Leaders are readers. What a tongue twister, but we're ready for the day. And yes, this is Doc Ant, your host, and we are busy speaking to the one and only Dr. Barbara Johnson on her book, Yes, Yes, You. Barbara, welcome.
Thank you, Anthony. It's so good to be back with you.
Share the good news. What is that box there next to you? Come on.
Check it out, check it out, check it out. My box of books have arrived. Yes, yes, you. 10 stepping stones to get on with your life.
There you go. You have new reason to be absolutely thrilled today because we, on our previous program, spoke about the first 4 stepping stones, and now we're ready to continue. But now the books are in your hand. So, literally, at the end of this call, when I put there the link to the books, I also know the books are available. I am so excited. So, Bob, in the topic, literally, yes, yes, you 10 stepping stones to get on with life. We did the 4 first steps the other day, and the first one was journaling, correct?
Correct.
The second one was creative writing.
Find yourself, which is creative writing.
And then the one about the little voice, step 3.
That one is called power talk. That little voice, not 1, but 2. And some of us even have a whole orchestra going on. Who knows?
There you go. And step 4 was about loving our bodies. Is that right?
Correct. So today is step 5.
Right.
And that is about nourishing self.
Nourishing self. Okay, Barbara. So when we say nourishing self, what are we talking? Are we talking eating? Are we talking exercise? What are we talking? Talk to us.
We're talking about what it is that we are putting inside our bodies, be it food, be it water, be it attitude, be it a disruption in the balancing of our own chemical body. Because, everything, Anthony, is in fine balance.
Okay.
Fine balance. And if we do not get the fine balance correct, then we have an imbalance. And then we have disease or headaches or grumpiness or whatever manifestation that creates something that is not of the optimal, not of what this body was actually designed for. I think a very important piece for me. Sorry?
I can only agree with you because, I take it, for instance, when I have the ability to go and run 10Ks, I'm so aware that after that I am depleted of H2O in my body. I don't have sufficient fluid available, and therefore my kidneys start feeling the pain, and then I get the headaches. And what it just says is you need to create a balance, nourish your body, and obviously that will now then accelerate the intake of fluid. And man, it doesn't take 30 minutes, and I feel absolutely fine without having to take headache powder. It just comes back to normal because the body will balance itself.
Anthony, they call this God's juice. There's a reason it's called God's juice.
Fantastic.
It's plain, fresh, clean water. And without it, the brain cannot work, the kidneys cannot work, nothing can work. Because this is the movement substance. This gets everything moving. Do you know that even in the brain, where the synapses of a good idea comes from, that aha moment needs water to carry that information. We don't know what we don't know. And I can tell you, water is the answer to very, very, very many questions. Forget the tablets, forget the doctors, forget doing things outside of your own intuition. Drink water.
Well, I can't help think it's basically an inside and outside remedy. I mean, what's the first thing you do in the morning when you feel groggy and you're tired? You take a shower. And after you've showered, you feel refreshed because it was cleansing on the outside. But then as you take the water, it's the balance of the cleansing on the inside. So I think it's a symbiotic relationship. I mean, because let's face it, if you've been digging around in the garden, you're full of dirt and dust, you can't wait just to get that sweat off the body and just to have a nice shower. But what even better is, while you are doing the work, is to nourish that body with sufficient fluid so that there's a balanced intake.
100%. 100%.
Well,
and I think we need to be conscious as well that small bodies need smaller amounts of water than big bodies that need bigger amounts of water. So somebody very cleverly said to me, his name is Eric Edmonds, he said, if you're a small person, drink 6 to 8 glasses of small glasses of water in a day. If you're a big person, drink 6 to 8 glasses of big water glasses in a day. Simple, easy.
Very simple as that. Okay, that helps. I mean, that helps to get that. But now, nourishment is not just water. It's also the food we put into our body. Now, so many people I know try and live a balanced lifestyle and they want to lose some weight. But I found one thing is for certain. For the people who just stop eating and think that they go on a crash course of fasting, that it will solve the problem. In fact, it's the opposite. You need to eat the right food for your body type in order to lose weight. You can't not eat. It will help for maybe short while, but long term, you have to eat the right food, man.
And you know, Anthony, it's a journey. You have to find out what the right food for you is.
Correct.
I have, for the last 50 years, after leaving my mom and dad's home, I have been exploring every which way. Fish only, meat only, vegetables only, fruit only, breatharian almost. I mean, crazy. Yeah. I have tried everything. But quite frankly, I think for me, for having turned 70 this year, I think I've hit the right balance. I have the good oils. I have the good water. I have the good protein. I have the quantity of green vegetables. I have fruit. I have now a balance that I can understand and I can tweak either which way that makes a difference in my body. And unless you are willing to take on that kind of journey, you really do not know what your body needs, because it's not enough to follow the opinion of somebody else.
Correct. Now, you reminded me a while ago when we spoke about you, myself, and my wife sitting overseas, I think it was Langkawi, and we spoke about how we tried to actually change the way we live. And she was lamenting and saying, there's my husband. It's just dropping off him. We're eating the same food, but nothing's happening for me. And that was a bit of an epiphany in terms of, wow, different body types, different results, different needs. Isn't that true?
100%. And her activity is probably different to your activity. Your stress is different to her stress. Her mentality to food, her philosophy about food could be different to yours. So it all plays part of this package. And we have to tweak that package for ourselves.
Now, I know that in your book on Nourishing Self, you've got 17 tips, 17 different ways for people to look at. I know it's there. 17 different tips how to get it. Just give us a glimpse of what are we looking at. I mean, I would expect body type. I would expect blood type. Just give us a little taste of what are we talking about.
Okay, I'll read you some of them. How's that?
Yeah, go for it.
Green leafy vegetables are rich in chlorophyll, great for healthy living. And that is such an understatement, because we do not realize how important the chlorophyll is. The chlorophyll is the growing elements inside a plant.
Okay.
If we take that in and our cells get that kind of nourishment, we have to be able to heal ourselves. We have to be able to grow into our optimal beings. You know, there's just too much good stuff in real vegetables. Forget frozen, forget tinned, forget I would even say don't do anything like fry it. Don't do that. Clean, steamed, raw vegetables. And you know, it's a mindset. There again, it's a mindset. Oh no, salad is too bitter, I don't like. That's nonsense. Just get over yourself and eat it, because it's jolly, jolly, jolly good for you. If the plants and the animals can do it, so can we. We're the ones who think we're so smart and we outsmart God. Well, God is the one who knows how to do it right. So if the animals are doing it, if our cows and our elephants are doing it, then for goodness sake, who are we to contradict it? You know, who are we? Oh, here's a nice one. Add turmeric and ginger to vegetable dishes and juices. Their valuable is remarkable on the body's circulation and energy levels.
So, okay, listen, I don't know whether this is by chance, but Michelle and I have been using a ginger shot in the morning for the past 8 months, and we have never been sick, not once. Does it have something to do with it? So, so it's just saying that natural remedy without even knowing, and it happened by chance because her sister came and just dropped a wad of ginger, and we went, no, it was my daughter, and we said, what must we do with all this stuff? And she said, it's easy, Daddy. Just mush it up and drink it. So we started by virtue of an accident because this arrived here. She thought it was a little clove or something. It was a whole bag. But by virtue of that, without me being in control, it started changing the way that we live. And yeah, you're talking about nourishing our bodies. I firmly believe that since we've been taking that, that's the reason, or one of the reasons, why we haven't been sick, because we always feel good.
So fantastic.
I see that Lucas says, I rest my case. Is that right?
I rest my case.
I love it. I love it. So there we had 0.5, and that is nourish yourself. Barbara, what is the stepping stone number 6 to get on with life?
The stepping stone number 6 is gratitude. Because, Anthony, when we are grateful, we magnetize gratitude back to us. When we are grateful, we live a life we love. When we are grateful, we can take the negative experience, learn from it, and realize it is actually a blessing that we can be grateful for.
Oh, wow.
Talk about perfect balance.
I just see some earlier years that people that had this, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, I'm going to eat some worms. And those people are miserable all the time because they're living out of a state of gratitude. They can just see what's wrong in life. But then again, you see these guys just like, man, what did you eat for breakfast? Pronitro plus? Because these people just step up and step out and they are happy. And somehow they always seem to overcome whatever challenge gets thrown at them. So you're saying that gratitude is definitely even stronger than a chemical well balance in your life.
I think it adds to that well balance in your life, in the chemical being, because it's all about mentality. It's about attitude. Your DNA is changed because of it. Can I tell you a little experiment I did?
Yeah.
I was in the gym and I was riding one of those pedal bikes, where you sit on it.
Yeah.
And I purposefully thought negative, unhappy, ungrateful thoughts. And my performance was, let's just call it a number, 30.
Okay.
In my performance, I did the number 30. I then consciously changed my thinking to things that were happy, things I was grateful for. It was pleasurable to be in the gym. I was enjoying the people. And my performance went up to 73.
Wow. Well, listen, there's definitely proof. In terms of what you're saying, I know of scientists measuring in terms of plants, where they had people just curse those plants, speak ill over them for a period, I think it was for 24 hours, and another room of people that were just blessing and really in worship and just enjoying those plants. And literally, you could see the degradation on the one side, you could see the life on the other side. So definitely this power and the way we talk. This gratitude is expressing a thank you and gratitude for life. Just start off your day being grateful.
Exactly right.
Doesn't that link with your point 1? Because maybe your stepping stone 1 was journaling. Isn't then gratitude one of those things that we should be journaling?
Absolutely. I take it a step further. Okay. In my case, I have a journal just for gratitude, because in my gratitude journal, then I have 10 steps and I fill in 10 steps, because if I'm putting out 10 steps of gratitude in the day, I am going to receive at least the same amount I put in. So do I not want to receive good things in my life that I'm grateful for, that makes me love life? Of course I do. So get smart, put it out to get it in.
I love it. It's like in and out, man. You have to put it out there to get it back in. That's it. I mean, there's no way you can brush your teeth if you don't put that brush in your mouth. Easy. I mean, it's a choice you have.
100%.
You can put the toothpaste
That's
on,
it.
you can hold it out, you can show the world, but until you've actually put it in your mouth and use it, you actually haven't cleaned your teeth. So this life of gratitude is what you put into it. So I'm going to
100%.
invite whoever is listening here today and say, can you just agree with us and just type out there and say, an attitude of gratitude will serve us well, will heal the world, and more than importantly, will do the best for me. Would you agree with me, Barbara?
100%. I can't agree enough. I've been doing gratitude, I don't know, probably 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with your permission, you told me just turned 70. I take permission to say that when I get to 70, I would like to look a little bit like you, because I mean, there's nothing wrong with what I see. Okay, congratulations, because you're looking after yourself. All right, so I think that just speaks volumes of inner self. So we've had step number 5, that was nourish yourself. We've had step number 6, gratitude. Step number 7, what is that, Barbara?
Is set up and setting up.
What's the difference?
It's a play on words.
Okay.
So set up for me is me setting up my day.
Okay.
Part of my morning ritual is to write out my top 5 to 10 goals.
Okay.
That is setting up. Setting up for me is to know what food I'm going to eat in the day. Setting up for me is making my bed, doing my dishes, and making sure my home is orderly. In my home, in my surround, being orderly, I feel supported. I feel supported to set up the setting part of my day. The setting up of my day is that internal piece, is that piece of things are in order, things are organized, things are set up in such a way that I am supported, that if I need to do a 10-hour stint at the desk, I can do that because I know what my food is. I know that my dishes are done. I know that my house is clean and tidy. It's not spotless, but it's tidy at least.
Great, yeah.
I know that I won't trip over things. I know that I can get on with my day with a good pace and know that I've got the food ready. I've got this done. I've done that. It leaves my head clear to think with what needs to happen for the day, because it's in the day's work that I need to now focus.
Correct.
The rest has been done. It's been done because I need to have the head space. No clutter, no confusion, no argument of my 2 little voices going crack, crack, crack on the side of me here.
Correct.
I know that I've done it. I'm set up for the next part of the day. And in setting it up, I then play to win. I play to be successful. I play to achieve. I play to tick the boxes at the end of the day.
Well, one thing I can 100% agree with you is that somehow, Michelle and I feel if we have not made our bed, we just do not have a start to our day. It's so natural that the first thing we do is we make our bed. And I'm aghast to walk into other people's homes and just look across the bedroom and see that their beds are made. I'm like, how are you even functioning? But for us, it's become a setting up to set up ourselves for success for the day by making our own bed. We just feel accomplished. We just feel that we set ourselves up correctly once our bed is made. I think the younger generation, I don't know if that is it, have this thing of just not making their beds. But doesn't it also show why they feel disconnected, why they feel disorientated, why they don't feel like they are embracing life to its fullest? Anyway, I don't want to speak doom over them, but all I can say is that with the interview from the one army general, he said, what's the number one thing you do? Make your bed. Start your day by making your bed. Easy as that.
100% right.
Can you see it just brought a peace and a calm?
If you can't have gratitude in making your bed, if you can't have gratitude for the 8 hours of sleep you've just had, why would you want to, why do you think life would want to support you in going to bed to have an 8-hour good night's sleep? It's in and out. It's sowing and reaping. It's what you want. So then do what you want. If you want to have a good night's sleep, be grateful for the good night's sleep. Make
Absolutely.
your bed.
Absolutely. Well, that is setting it up for success. There's just no doubt in my mind. So I like how you interplayed the two, set up for setting up. That is beautiful. So we've had you nourish your body, you nourish yourself, you have an attitude of gratitude, you set up, of course, the setting up is vital. What is your point number 8? Stepping stone number 8 from Barbara Johnson. Here it comes.
So stepping stone number 8 is that little word that a lot of us don't like. Goals.
Say again.
Goals.
Explain.
So it's a funny thing. It seems to me that the word goal has had a bad rap. It seems to me that people feel pressurized when they are asked, do you have goals for the day? Do you have goals for your life? Do you have a 10-year plan for your life? People seem to feel threatened, inadequate, minimized, because so many people, and I'm talking about like in the 90s, don't have goals. People who have goals know where they're going, know what energy it takes, know how much food they need to eat, know how much water they need to drink. People who have goals have an idea of how they want to go to bed at night, feeling happy or miserable, feeling that they've achieved in the day, that they've won in the day. And that's just about writing down goals.
True. And the thing is, the key there was writing down goals, because so many people have goals sort of loosely in their heads, but the person that commits pen to paper or even a stylus on a cell phone, but the people who've recorded their goals seem to be the people who are successful. I once remember being at a speaking symposium, and the question was asked, how many of you can truly stand today and say that you have had written goals that has governed your life for the past 7 to 10 years? I can tell you, out of about 1,000 people, you could have counted the people on your one hand, because people didn't have written goals. And I'm like, but why not? I mean, because I happen to be one of those exceptions that at the age of 23, I wrote down every single goal that I wanted, because that's what I learned when I went to how do I improve myself? How do I get ahead? And I still remember that I said at age so-and-so, I want to have this vehicle and drive this vehicle. And although it took longer than I wanted, because it was written, it never left me, because it was a written goal. And that's really what it's about. You know, when we write down those goals, we get somewhere. But maybe the other thing that is missing is that we don't always achieve our goals because we sort of have a silent goal that is not proclaimed. I really believe that if we actually confess and speak out the goal we want to live, number one. Number two, if we are somebody that we make ourselves accountable to towards achieving that goal, life changes. What's your take on that one?
I've got a perfect example for you. So I'm at the moment working with a man called Barry Mitchell, Unleashing Greatness. He's a South African sales guru.
Yeah.
And I've been working with him for a while. Yeah. And we're on a 10-month program with him.
Okay.
And in my 10-month program with him, I came up with a 10-year plan. And a 10-year plan included writing 7 books, of which this is the first. The whole idea, thank you, the whole idea of this book is to understand the process of getting things done. His program is called Get Moving, which is pretty much the same idea as this, right? So Get Moving is about getting things done. I had a deadline for this book, and it was the 31st of August. But come hell or high water, there was no ways I could change the government department to help me get my ISBN number, and there's no phone calls, and there's no any contact with a human being.
Yeah.
Anyway, I came with my tail between my legs in front of 13 other people who are holding me accountable. And I said, sorry, guys, 31st of August is not happening.
But you did your part. You wrote the book. You completed the book. That's more important. Yeah.
But the project is not yet finished. It is not arriving at the desk of my 13 accountable partners.
Okay.
So I said, could we take it to the 14th of September? No problem. We took it to the 14th of September. But believe me, I am seeing those people tomorrow, which is the 10th of September, and I bent over backwards to get this book.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
I will walk in tomorrow with it.
They better take that dough out and support you and each buy a book. Well, I'm supremely proud of you. It's so wonderful. So, yes, the question to you, would you like to finish the last 2 steps, or do you want to hold that for the next time we meet? Your decision.
I'm okay either way.
Well, so here's your first lesson, decision making. Either we're going to do the 2 or you decide we do it next time. What is your decision?
Now. I always believe in now.
Fantastic. Let's.
All right.
Carpe diem. We are using the day. We are seizing it. Right. So step number 9 is.
Step number 9 is basics. Make it work.
Okay.
If you do not get the basics of life right, how are you going to ever achieve that big, fantastic goal that you want? Life doesn't work that way. Life is there to test and grow us and grow our muscle of development. It doesn't just take us from a little infant to an old person. It takes us from a little infant to a toddler, to a teenager, to an adult, to an old person. This is the same thing. If you do not get your basics right, like your eating, like your thinking, like your emotions, like your exercise, like setting up your home for success and comfort, if you do not get these basics right, like gratitude, like your relationship with your family, how are you ever going to step into contributing to the world, growing your soul? How can you do that if you haven't got the ABCs of it down? Because in the ABCs of it down, you get a chance to step up. Okay. You get a chance to play bigger because you've got the foundation. You know what food you need in a day to fuel you. We do not understand that food is fuel. Food is not just a pastime. Food is food for the sake of fuel. We aren't meant to eat food for the sake of eating food and passing time. We are meant to eat food because we are fueling a project, the thinking of, the doing of, the making of something bigger and better. That's what we do when we're eating food. So we need to understand sleep. We need to understand relaxation because they too are basics.
Correct.
We cannot go without sleep.
And I think so many people actually fail on that one because they just so used to go to get things done. And one of the basics is if you sleep well, in other words, you rest well, you will perform well. It's as easy as that. I mean, try that cycle to go without sleep and you become sluggish. You can't concentrate. And also you start missing your goals because you don't feel like getting up and going for that run. You don't feel like going to the gym. You don't feel like cleaning your home. And you know what? It gets to that negative stage. Some don't feel like making their bed, which means they're actually into a beginning stage of even depression. They have to realize, stick to the basics, one step at a time. Isn't it true that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step? That's what's called the basics. I'm so glad to hear the basics there, but I just want to add one that you said earlier, and that is one of the best basics is drink your water on a daily basis. Make sure you consume according to who you are. And I'll still remember what you said. If you are a shortish kind of person, a short glass is fine. If you're a tall person, a tall glass is fine, because the water intake goes according to your size. So I still remember those words. Not going to forget that. Okay. So there you go.
6
And
to
then
8 times.
and there you go. Now we get to that last number 10. 10 stepping stones to get on with life. What's number 10?
It is the results.
The result.
And this is such an exciting piece, because you can have results and you can have results. You can have results that you expect, all the measurables, all the numbers, all the matter of facts. And then you can have the results that you didn't foresee. Like I did not foresee Dr. Ant approaching me for interview for the book. I did not foresee a launch offering. I did not foresee a book party. I did not foresee. So many things are in the results. It's not just the tangibles. Look at the other things, the unexpected. Because in this process of doing the work, we get to recondition our thinking. The conditioning that was stuck in there by other people, our mothers, our fathers, our schools, our governments, our churches, what was stuck in there doesn't necessarily work for us. If we do not challenge it, if we do not find new projects to test ourselves, how will we ever know what we are made of, what I stand for, what I will not stand for?
Correct.
We don't know, because we don't do. So we have to do to recondition.
Well, the proof is certainly in the pudding today. Me having conversation with you, because a little birdie whispered by my wife that your book is just about to be released. And I said, I'm onto it, because you know what? I know one thing. Leaders are readers. I work with leaders in all aspects of life. And when I heard there's a new book and I heard the title, I said, oh, this is a must. So it's been an absolute privilege for me to have you on this. I trust that the people who are exposed to the content will truly take this and make it part of their lives. And I'd like for you, in great fashion, can you just give us from step 1 to step 10 all the stepping stones to get on with life? We're listening. Number 1.
Okay. Step 1, the genius you, which is about the journaling. Step 2, finding self, which is the creative writing. Step 3, power talk, which is the little voices that go on in our heads. Step 4, love your body. Understand your body. Be okay with your body. Then we went on to step 5, which is nourish self. Food, water, time, exercise. Step 6, gratitude. Thank you, world. Thank you, God. Step 7, set up and setting up for yourself, internally and externally. Goals. What goals? Number 9, back to basics. And number 10, results.
Fantastic. Well, because of that, I cannot just say, yes, yes, you. Okay. Barbara, congratulations. It really is a beautiful, beautiful value add to society. Thank you for giving succinctly all 10 of those stepping stones in terms of how to get on with life, because it's true. All of us sometimes will face a barrier, sometimes we'll face a wall, and sometimes we just face a place where we say, what now? And I really believe that this is an opportunity for somebody to say, I would like to take myself to the next level. And I think this is one of the most practical steps I've heard in a long time. And I just want to speak over you that this book will go far and wide and will be a life changer in the life of people, that people will feel this is truly making a difference. And their way to show their gratitude is that they will actually bless somebody else with the book and say, this changed my life, this can change your life. And I just speak that wellness over you. And I want to thank you that we have had continued our relationship. It's been several years, but the excitement to see you at the age of 70 produce your book, proudly so, Your first of 7. Is that correct? Thank you so much.
Yes.
What is your last word of advice to those people, the leaders who are listening to this?
It's Dr. Viktor Frankl's words. Better people. Not in spite of, but because of the very circumstances that they find themselves in.
Boom. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I wrap up for today saying thank you, Dr. Barbara Johnson. You have been a delight. And from my side, remember, as leaders, we remain to be readers, and therefore it's up to us to have the discipline to say, let's do it. Have a fantastic day.